my spoiler review for Captain Marvel. This is where I can go a little bit more in-depth with some of the things in the movie, so if you have not seen Captain Marvel, or if you're one of those people who is idiotically boycotting it, don't watch this video. If you have seen Captain Marvel and you want to see some spoilers, then hey, welcome, because there's a few things I want to talk about with Captain Marvel, and one of them is Jude Law's Jan Grog. Jan Grog ends up being the main villain. Now, in my spoiler-free review, I said that Ben Mendelsohn's character, Talos, was the main villain, because when Ben Mendelsohn is cast in a movie like this, you definitely expect him to be the main villain. But he wasn't. You find out that Ben Mendelsohn plays Talos, who's one of the Skrulls. In the beginning of the movie, the audience is led to believe that they're the main villains and that they're fighting the Kree, which is ultimately who Carol Danvers is fighting for. I mean, she's on this planet called Hala, fighting with the Kree against the Skrulls, but the Skrulls end up being refugees, and Jan Grog ends up being the main villain. I thought that that was a really interesting take, although I saw it coming from a mile away. The moment Jude Law was cast in this movie, I was like, that dude's the main villain. And then Ben Mendelsohn was cast, I was like, well, there's going to be two villains, because Ben Mendelsohn will probably play a main villain, and then you have Jude Law as the main villain too, which I actually had no idea that in the comics, Jan Grog is actually Captain Marvel's enemy, so I had no idea. I was just like, oh, Jude Law is in this movie, he's the villain. I was like, that's a perfect villain role for him. And it really did work out. I thought Jude Law really did a good job as the villain. And the cool thing about this movie is that some of the old Phase 1 stuff, like the Tesseract, comes back into play. It was really interesting, and the way Captain Marvel gets her power, and the way Carol Danvers gets her powers is from this energy core that's extracted from the Tesseract. That's how the Supreme Intelligence, who's played by Annette Bening, which I don't think I even mentioned in my spoiler-free review, she's really good in the movie too. That's how she got her power, and it got transferred to her once Carol Danvers, when she was in the military, blew up the core and she got the powers of the Kree. I thought that that was a really interesting spin, but my whole problem with the character of Carol Danvers, Captain Marvel, Vers, whatever you want to call her, is the fact that, like, I don't buy the fact that she's this all-powerful Avenger. God damn it, Thor can probably take her out. How this movie did not demonstrate that she was the most powerful superhero ever. Never, and it didn't really answer my questions. Where was she throughout the first 3 phases of the movie? Because she gives Nick Fury a pager, and she's like, here, when there's an emergency, make sure to call me. So where was she when the Chitauri were attacking New York, or when Ultron was about to drop an entire city on a giant mountain to destroy it? Like, where was she then? Where was she in the Battle of Wakanda? Like, were those non-emergencies? Did Nick Fury just totally disregard all that? That wasn't really clear, and that was never really answered in the movie. And it's because of that where I'm just like, I really don't buy the fact that Carol Danvers is really the most powerful Avenger yet, and the one who's gonna defeat Thanos. No, I feel like she could easily lose to Thor in a fight. Thor should be the one to defeat Thanos. And let's talk about those credit scenes, because the mid-credit scene has Captain America, Rhodey, Bruce Banner, and Black Widow all in the Avengers headquarters, and then all of a sudden you just see Captain Marvel burst in and be like, hey, where's Nick Fury? So that scene's totally going to be an Endgame. I can definitely tell you that. It's kind of like, I think it was the post-credit scene or mid-credit scene of Ant-Man, where it showed Falcon and Captain America interrogating Bucky, and that exact scene was in Civil War. I feel like it's going to be something like that. So it wouldn't surprise me if this exact scene where Captain Marvel comes to the Avengers headquarters and she just goes, where is Fury? Is in Endgame. And I mean, it has to be. It would make sense. I mean, Cap still has the beard. Like, they wouldn't just come back and film a one-off cameo, would they, for that? No, that's gotta be a scene from Endgame. Something else that happens is Goose the Cat. That cat's awesome, by the way, which is, he's not really a cat. He's like an alien, and he eats things. That was it made for some funny humor. Goose the Cat scratches Nick Fury's eye, and that's how Nick Fury loses his eye. I mean, I'm okay with it. I've heard people call this one of the dumbest things in the movie. I'm okay with it. I mean, it is what it is. I mean, it had to happen somehow. I would have preferred if it was like his eye got shot out or something, or he was in a battle and his eye just got taken out or something. But I mean, it's a cat scratch. I mean, whatever, I guess. So that's that's that. I did like that one scroll that did shapeshift into Agent Coulson. It was nice to see Agent Coulson back, because to me, he is still dead in this universe. I know that this is a prequel, this is set in 1995, so yeah, he's alive. But in the present movies, he's dead. I don't care what Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. tells you. Coulson is dead. I have not seen him in the movie since. He is fucking dead. So it was nice to see Coulson back. I thought it was really cool how the Skrulls were able to shapeshift into him. That was really interesting. Guys, I think that really kind of sums up what I have to say for Captain Marvel in regards to spoilers. That was just stuff I wanted to expand on in my review. Guys, thank you for watching this spoiler review of Captain Marvel. You guys are the best. My name is Alex, and I'll see you at the movies somewhere. I will leave the link to my website in the description below. I'll see you later.